How does heat capacity differ from specific heat? Have you ever wondered how heat affects different materials? Today, we will clarify the difference between heat capacity and specific heat. These terms are often used interchangeably, but they have distinct meanings that are important in understanding thermodynamics. Heat capacity refers to the total amount of heat needed to raise the temperature of an entire substance or object by 1 degree Celsius or Kelvin. This value changes depending on the mass of the substance. For instance, if you have a large block of metal, it requires more heat to increase its temperature than a small piece of the same metal. The units for heat capacity are joules per Kelvin or joules per degree Celsius. Specific heat capacity, on the other hand, is about how much heat is needed to raise the temperature of one unit of mass, usually 1 kilogram or 1 gram, of a substance by 1 degree Celsius or Kelvin. This property does not depend on the amount of material you have. It only depends on the type of substance. The units for specific heat capacity are joules per kilogram per Kelvin or joules per gram per degree Celsius. For example, water has a high specific heat capacity of around 4,180 for joules per kilogram per Kelvin. This means it takes a lot of heat to raise the temperature of 1 kilogram of water by 1 degree. In contrast, metals typically have lower specific heat capacities, which is why they heat up quickly. To summarize, heat capacity is related to the total mass of a substance, while specific heat capacity is a property that allows for comparisons between different materials regardless of their quantity. This distinction is particularly useful in thermodynamics, as it helps us understand how different substances respond to heat. When calculating how much energy is needed to warm a specific amount of material, we use heat capacity. If we want to know how a particular substance behaves when heated, we refer to specific heat capacity. To illustrate the difference mathematically, heat capacity can be expressed as heat added divided by the change in temperature. Specific heat capacity is expressed as heat added divided by the mass times the change in temperature. Understanding these concepts is key to making thermodynamics accessible. Knowing how heat energy relates to temperature changes helps us grasp the behavior of various substances in everyday situations.